Hi there, I'm Coach Kenneth, and in today's video I'm going to be talking to you about she might be the one. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about when you're feeling in love and you're really contemplating getting engaged. Ready to propose. It's a huge step. So in this video I've got an email from Peter Parker, who is somebody that I worked with locally. He asked me to call him Peter Parker in the video. He says, "Hi Craig, I wanted to update you and get your advice. But first I wanted to say that I love the channel. I still watch your videos Monday through Friday, and I'm doing better in relationships than I have done in years." That's awesome. Like I said, I've worked with him locally for a long time, and it's great to see him having such good success. He says, "Me and my girlfriend have been together since January. So we're midway through August. So we're looking at about 7-8 months, depending upon when." And he says, "I feel like she's the one, and it's driving me nuts. We're both in love, and I know this. I think it may be too early for the grand gesture." Now, when he says grand gesture, he's not talking about he just got dumped and doing the grand gesture. He's talking about the other grand gesture, getting engaged. "If I decided it would be on our 1-year anniversary. My gut tells me it's early, but my heart wants it so bad. I think being engaged would be the way to go, then maybe have her live with me." Well, Peter Parker, my spidey sense is tingling, and you have got it bad, my friend. You have got it bad. Congratulations on, finding somebody that really makes you happy. I'm glad to see that, because I know before this you weren't too happy in a lot of your relationships, and you sound like you've got a good girl here. I can tell that you're really in love with this girl at this point, and you're toying with the idea of getting engaged, but at the same time, you know something's not right because you're saying it. You said, "I think it might be too early," yet you're still thinking about it. Now he goes on to say, "I know it's the anxiety." See, he is watching my videos. "I know it's the anxiety, but I haven't talked to her about my feelings. I keep it to myself. I got to wait and see if she gives me clues to where she is in the relationship. I could not agree with you more. Your anxiety is causing you to want to lock her down. Remember, when you do things out of fear, it almost always causes the opposite thing to happen. So you're trying to lock her down out of fear, she's going to be trying to run away." Now, some of you guys would be like, "Well, how do you know?" Well, because he said, "I have to wait and see if she gives me clues as to where she is in the relationship." He has to wait and see. Let me be very clear with you guys. When a woman is ready to marry you, the clues become clearer and clearer by the day. They are very honest about them. They do not hide what they want, right? Some of you guys that may have been engaged or married before know what I'm talking about. They start, first, this is usually how they do it. They start dropping little clues at first, talking about their friends getting married or a friend getting married, and they keep talking about her wedding plans, or it's them wanting to see how you're going to react. Then they may start bringing up things about the honeymoon, and then they become like Smeagol, obsessed with that ring. Like, "Well, precious, oh, look at this, precious." Pointing out magazines, going on websites, look at this one, that's the one that I want. Now, if for some reason that has not gotten through your thick skull, and you aren't getting all these clues going in there, then they go full on Gollum with you. And I know, because I have seen it. I had a girl that I dated that we used to joke about her acting like Gollum because she would bring up the ring all the time. She would just be like, oh, he needs it. Oh, I want it so bad. She would fight with me all the time about getting engaged and getting married. And we were really young at the time. I was still in college, she was still in college, and I just wasn't ready for it. And, you know, we were together for several years, and she's a great person, actually. We're still really, you know, good friends. We talk on Facebook all the time, and, you know, I'm really happy for her. But, you know, we were young, and because her parents got married in high school, she thought, you know, she wanted the same thing. So, here's the thing I want you to understand. You've only been with this girl for 8 months. Your brain has been taken over and held hostage by hormones. There are chemicals being released in your brain right now that are causing you to feel amazing. That is why you're feeling so strongly for her right now. And you talked about that in your email. You have to understand. Your brain is releasing serotonin, dopamine, and now, because you've been together and you're bonded for a while, oxytocin and vasopressin, and it's going to just send you into the stratosphere with the way you feel amazing. Here's the tough part. When that happens, it causes you to overlook the red flags of the person you're dating. And, you know, you're going to overlook things like maybe they have a avoidant attachment style, depression, alcoholism, anxiety, poor communication skills, commitment issues, all kinds of red flags you're going to naturally overlook because you're just feeling so overwhelmed by all the great chemicals. Now, after about 2 years, it's usually around the 2-year part where that's typically the longest amount of time it's going to last. Your brain chemicals go back to normal, and then you start to see all your partner's faults, and then you're sitting there thinking, you've changed. Well, make sure you go watch my video after this video called You've Changed, because I talk a little bit more about this stuff. And for this reason, you know, and understanding it, the science behind it can be really critical for you guys to make sure if you want to get engaged and get married, I really recommend that you wait for 2 years before you do it. Because after 2 years, all the chemicals in your brain come back down and you're going to see that person for who they really are and not overlook all those red flags. And if you still love that person and you want to be with them, then absolutely, you know, I think that's great. I think that's wonderful because you're going to get into the power struggle. So don't do it because of the chemicals that you're feeling in the moment. So many people get engaged after like 3 weeks or a month and they're just like, I know this is the one. I know this is the one. Well, it's not really about them at all. It's just about the chemicals that you're feeling at the time. So, I just strongly recommend waiting 2 years, and then if that's really the person that you want to be with, yeah, then go for it. Because you're going to have to deal with reality at that point. The chemicals are not going to be there. You're going to see them for who they are and all the flaws. And if you can love them with all those flaws and all those things, then, you know, you have a good chance of making it work. Because relationships take work. And if you're just getting into a relationship because it's how it's making you feel in the moment, then it's not really about the other person. It's about you and getting your fix, right? So, slow down, Peter Parker. Give it some more time before you latch on to Mary Jane. If you like this video, make sure you put a like on there and subscribe to my channel. I post videos Monday through Friday. And when you want to get my help personally, go to my website, askcraig.net, and sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I'm Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon.